Robinson Show.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, Tony Grant.
This is him. What's going on, guys?
What's up, Tony?
Just doing our show, Tony. Tony, you're an artist, actor, and writer of the New World comic book, correct?
Yes, sir.
You're in Atlanta?
Yes, originally from New York, Queens. Been in Atlanta the last 20 years, and
Wow.
Yeah, just down here, just enjoying life and just trying to work hard.
What made you move to Atlanta?
I wish I had a cool story for it, but it was a girl.
Yeah. You did it for love.
My now ex-wife.
Do you miss New York at all?
You coming back, bro?
Yeah, I really do, man. I miss New York a lot. I was actually up there yesterday. I was only up there for a day. I was actually at a funeral, but still, it was good to be home. It was still good to be with family. It's no place like home in New York.
Especially if you're from this area. Yeah, New York, New Jersey. There's nothing like it, man.
No, there just isn't. I can't explain it. I can't explain it to people.
Yeah.
It's just the energy. It's the people. I mean, it's one of the best. I've been around. I've been a lot of places. But I'm telling you, there's no place like home.
Dude, I never found myself getting like nostalgic till I lived out of state. Like I was like, man, I miss the shitty Jersey.
Even like
shitty Jersey.
Georgia is just so weird compared to us too. Like 'cause I have family there, and it's just like completely different atmosphere, and it's just it's nothing like Jersey at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad down here. It actually has changed a lot since I moved down, especially with the film industry like booming right now.
Yeah.
So it's a hot place to be. It's just a good place to be, and they've really changed a lot. Like they're building production studios all over town, outside the city. So yeah, it's a good vibe. The people are friendly. It's just. I just miss hopping on the E train and going to the Garden and taking in the Knicks game. You just can't replace that.
Right.
You just can't.
Yeah.
But I love Atlanta. I have a lot of friends down there, and I'm appreciative of the Southern hospitality. So I'm going to be careful while I'm on there. I will not knock this city. But I do love home.
Yeah. Dude, your comic is amazing. I brought it to the show, and Slim checked it out too before we started today. Dude, is just the quality, the colors, the just the pages there.
I like it. It's very vibrant. I like it a lot.
Love it.
Guys, thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. And again, I just want to rewind a little bit and thank you guys for having me on the show and showing interest. You don't know how much I appreciate that. It means a lot because this book has been a work in progress for the last 10, 11 years. And there's been a lot of times where I started, I gave up. I was like, people are going to think I'm crazy. The story is too complex. It's too, trying to be this. And
I can't wait for more. I can't wait for more of the story. I'm hooked, dude.
Oh, yeah. I'm halfway through 3. I'm so glad you like 1 and 2. Because 3 is going to blow this thing wide open.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh yeah. It's going to answer a lot of questions from the first and second one.
Cool.
It's just going to get deep. It's going to be a lot more action, and you get to see what these characters are about.
Yes.
I'm very careful with each character and how they're introduced and what their arc or dynamic is, and you'll see throughout the story as it develops. I got a lot of wows coming. I promise you that. I promise you. It's just my passion.
Yeah.
And, this is my baby. This is my baby.
You killing off that character in that first issue, that
Ben.
blew me away. Ben,
yes. I can't wait to see more of Ben.
I thought he was going to be a main character. Like, I thought, okay, this is about this guy's story, and then he gets killed off, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming at all. Like, that was...
But I still don't know. The one guy was like, I'm keeping him for research. Like,
yeah.
I was like,
wow. Wow, you keep that. Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys really did read it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's very weird, and it's funny. I thought I was going to get a lot of flack for that, because that kid who actually did get killed off is a main character. And in Oxford comic book shop, because I got the guys who work in the store hooked on it.
Yes.
So I was actually just glad that they even liked it, because those guys know their books. And I came in, it was after the second, the signing, and Charles goes, dude, like I had just walked in, and he's got his hands like up in the air. It's like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock, and I just walked in, and he's like, dude, why? I'm like, what? It's like, you killed your main character just in the second issue. And I go, well, hey, he was born in the first one, even though he means well, he's just a young kid, he's homeless, we really don't know his story. He meets this old homeless guy, a war veteran, with something more than what he, appears to be. And this old guy he crossed paths with is warning him, saying, hey, I don't think you understand. It's real out here. Like we're years after World War III, and you're not allowed to be walking out here if you don't have this
barcode
code embedded.
Yes.
And the kid's like, yeah, he's like, why would they want me? And then he witnesses the old man get slaughtered, and then he's like, wow. And then he's chased himself. And just when you think he's gonna make it, in that one scene where he makes it onto the train. I know I'm giving the story away, but if you want to read it,
yes,
go to Oxford or go to graffiticomics.com.
Okay.
But anyway,
I'm going to cut you off because I'm a little lost, because I read both issues, and what I was mentioning is like the homeless guy that died.
Yes,
that's where I was like, wow, like I thought
I
thought the homeless guy was going to be a main character. I didn't realize the kid died. I know that you hinted at it because the drone was like scanning it, and it's like, yeah, you got 82% to live, but I didn't realize you actually killed him off.
Oh yeah. It was a very It's towards the end. He finally makes it home. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. He's shredding through the underground. He knows at that point he feels it, because it said, I think he had an infection or something, and he was beat up badly. So he actually makes it home.
I saw that,
and he feels it, because as you see in each panel, it zooms in on him slowly, and he's sweating.
Yes.
And his skin color, it starts to fade. And just when he's like, holy, I don't know if I could cuss, but he's like, wow,
you can.
I think I'm going to die. He freaks out. He goes, I'm not ready. And then he gets he's got the flatline, and he's gone. He's out of here.
Wow. See, I figured he was going to find like a doctor like off the grid. I figured he was going to find like an underground doctor.
That's amazing.
Wow,
man. Wow,
dude.
Now I'm even more intrigued.
Because like I was telling my girl last night about the series, and I'm like, it's kind of like a utopia, but it's not. If you don't play with their rules, it just sucks. And like it's kind of run by like, I don't know if this is correct, but like supervillains are running this utopia.
See, I didn't know that, or I didn't know if it was guys that first showed up as superheroes and everybody was fighting a war on their side because they were the good guys, and then they became like evil tyrants. Like that's kind of like the vibe I was getting.
Right, and you're pretty spot on. You are spot on, guys. Because basically, I took a risk. I'm like, I don't want it to be just, okay, he's definitely a villain. Okay, that's definitely a good guy.
Yes,
there's a lot of gray in the story, and good and bad, or good and evil is almost as a perception, because as the opening frame with the really big guy, he's overlooking the city. He's really a protagonist himself. He views he's the ruler of everything. He is the man who's took power, but he views himself as a pacifist. Believe it or not, he's not the the answer to Thanos. He's the anti of Thanos. He believes in balance and peace, and he looks at himself almost as a hero, but as a god as well. So he's like, well, this is my way of living, and this is how I'm going to protect the entire world. I already, had took over half of the world after World War III. Now slowly put this new order in place, and instead of, being a dictator and twisting people's arms to give in, I'll do it eventually and gradually and peacefully. Well, that's his attempt. But as you see, as the story goes, it always changes course. So it gets real interesting with him. With the kid, because as you could see when the kid died, the guy at the very end on the last page was like, well, now it begins. So it's about to get deep. It's about to get real deep. And,
I was gonna ask too. Does it show any of the World War III stuff?
It will. It actually will. It does get into that. It shows why World War III happened, what the aftermath of that was, and yeah, it will definitely be answered. It's going to be a wild ride, I promise, guys.
Nice.
And
I want to see more of the other character too. I guess the silver guy, Goliath was his name. His brother with the half robot and half, like, he looks fucking cool.
I like the chick with the blue hair. She's like a DJ and like a hacker.
Roxy,
Yes, Roxy.
She, believe it or not, is one of my favorite. Her and Nomad, the half robot human guy, are my favorite characters.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah, I sent. I don't know who, if it was Rob and Slim or both of you guys who read the sneak peek I sent. But issue 3, which it's almost done. I'm almost finished with it. But issue 3 actually starts off with Nomad. And he's the brother of Goliath.
I read that. Yeah. I read that, Tony Robb. Yeah, you sent me the preview of issue 3.
Yes, I sent you the preview. Yes. So he's got his own ulterior motives. He's a part of that whole regime, but he hates the order. He can't stand it.
Yes.
So it gets real interesting with how him and Goliath, how they interact.
They're brothers, right?
Yep, they are brothers.
And he seems more like the rogue. Like, he seems more like the wild card.
Oh yeah. He's the one that they know. If we ever implode or if we ever have a traitor, it's Nomad. But Nomad can't directly bring his own order down because maybe he's programmed where he can't. I don't know. You're gonna have to read. He's gonna have a lot. He's going to have a lot of work in issue 3, and you'll see a lot of his story, but he's a badass character, man. Just wait to see what he does.
Yeah.
I wanted to about the artwork real quick, is it struck me really nostalgia kind of, because it reminded me of like the 90s like DC animated cartoons. Like, it kind of had that feel to it. Like, I don't know, like the Batman animated and Static Shock and stuff like that. Like, the artwork really kind of brought me back to that.
Yes, and I'm so glad that you guys appreciate the artwork because I'm an old school fan of anime. I mean, like my favorites are Akira and Ninja Scroll.
Yes.
So I wanted to do a story with the artwork, I guess with the visual style as a love letter to those films, Akira, and Transformers the movie, which I saw in the theaters back in '86. And I remember when I sat in that theater at 9 years old, I was just blown away.
I didn't get to see it in theaters. I didn't see it until I was in my 20s on like VHS. And yes, it's still mind blowing that animated.
Right.
Yes.
And actually bring it back for one night only in theaters on September 27th. So yeah, you might get the chance to see it on the big screen.
Oh, that's amazing! I had no idea.
Yep.
But yeah, like you said,
I'm such a geek. I bought my ticket like a month ago. As soon as I heard it was coming back to the theaters, I was like, I'm going.
That's
I'm going.
Amazing.
But,
yes.
Yeah, but that's what did it. I remember when I saw the production and the shading and the colorization, and I was just so blown away. And I remember, as I got older, I started doing comic books, just like, I had a sketch pad, and I didn't know if I wanted to go the animation route or the comic book route. And me being an old school fan of the 80s and 90s anime, I finally sat down and said, okay, well, I'll start this off as a comic book. And when it's all said and done, it'll actually be, I'll incorporate it into a live action film or an animated movie. So this is hopefully just a preview of the movie that will eventually come when, the books are finished.
That would be amazing. Do you animate it too, or just write it?
I do a little bit of animation. I do play with it a little bit. I have the software for it. Okay. And I do little cuts and snippets and promos, but I haven't really sat down and done like a full scene yet because it takes me a while to draw out the books because I'm doing everything myself.
Yes, you do the artwork too. That's what my question was. I was a dummy. But yes, you do the artwork as well. Yeah,
that's gonna be a lot of work to do everything. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's tough. I'll have days where I can knock out a page in 2 hours, and then I'll have where it'll take me a whole week to do one page. And you just have to understand the flow of the beast. And when it comes, when that happens, you don't freak out. You just kind of be patient. You take your eyes off the screen for a little while. You come back to it, and you knock it out. And the guys at Oxford, man, they're so supportive, because every time, I run into a speed bump, or I don't know where to go with the story or art direction, just go into Oxford, read some comics. I talk with the guys and go back home, and I hit it hard, and
that's cool.
The book is finished. Yeah.
That's so cool. I was going to ask if anyone else has any sort of influence on it. Slim's holding it up right now just to show our audience the artwork, and
that's awesome. You guys rock.
So good. It's so
you guys
good.
are the best.
You are the best, Tony. What is the third issue coming out?
The third issue is a 40-page blowout. So hopefully that should be done October the 15th. That's the deadline I'm giving myself for it. If I don't make it, it'll probably be a couple of weeks afterwards, but I'll definitely drop some hints on my website. And, of course, if you stay in tune, either on my Twitter or Instagram or whichever, I'll definitely make sure that I put the release date out.
Cool.
But, yeah, hopefully October the 15th.
I love the pages at the end. But, it's a bigger issue than the others?
Oh, yeah. This one's a 40-page blowout. It's 40 pages. Issue 4 is actually... I was going to do issue 3 in one issue. It was going to be a total of 64 pages. But I had to dial back the saddle stitch. So I'm just going to break issue 3 down in 40 pages. And immediately I'll follow up with issue 4. And I'll throw in some extras as well. It's mostly halfway done. I'm just editing the story, the dialogue, fixing the panels, and it's just going to be explosive with color, action. Oh, you're going to see Goliath in action. Nomad, you're going to see him in action.
Yes.
Eric Vaughn, and you'll get to see what that guy's all about.
Vaughn, yes. He's got some crazy, mental powers.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He's going to be the guy you love to hate.
I love that guy.
I wanted to compliment you on a small detail, too, as I noticed, I started flipping back after I read them and looking at the barcodes that some of the regular civilians have, and I love that everybody has the barcode in a different spot. It's almost as if they were like, yeah, we're going to give you a barcode, but you get to pick where you want it.
Yeah. It's actually, I don't know if you noticed as well, because in each book, in 1 and 2, and even in the preview I sent you last night, Slim, I throw in a lot of Easter eggs. I'm just a geek, so I love Easter eggs. So if you look at Roxy and her little hacker crew, and even if you look back on the train, because she's got all the tattoos, she's got the goth gear, and she's got the barcode on her wrist. Her crew, her friends who she's at the burger joint with, have them all in different spots. Like one guy, the guy at the table, he's got it across his neck. And that is one of the things that they do in the government to say, hey, well, if you want this, it doesn't matter if you put it here. Hell, you get a tattoo of it, As long as it makes you feel cool, we kind of don't care because we control you now anyway. Yeah. So it's the little bit of power, the civilians of New Babylon think or believe that they have.
Yes.
These weird barcode things. And you get to see what the barcodes actually do as the story progresses. It gets trippy. It's real trippy.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was gonna say too. I love too how you throw in the extra pages with just an ad for New Babylon, or just a character with a quote, or even the one page that had a text between Roxy and that other guy.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, I love to throw in little Easter eggs and snippets that you could easily miss on the first read.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a buddy who just came back to me after a month and was like, dude, I just saw the end of issue 2. I didn't even know Roxy was talking to that one guy. Who is he? And this and that. And you'll see him in issue 3, and you'll see what they're about.
Cool.
So, yeah, what's interesting is, and pardon me if I'm running my mouth. I'm sorry. I'm just excited, guys.
No.
I'm geeking out here. The interesting thing that when I said I kind of see, or I kind of thought this was cool, was that you have this kid well, you have the old man in the first issue he's an ex-war vet. He's a cyber warrior or whatever. But they took care of him. And then you have the kid who was seen with him, so now he's guilty by association.
Yeah.
Well, they take care of him easily. He's out the picture. But some people, they know he's a freeborn. He's encoded, but they don't know where he comes from. So now all of a sudden there's this hunt that they want this kid. So half the people don't know, like, the poor kid is dead. Maniac doesn't care if he's dead. He still knows what he's going to do if he finds him. And that is when you'll see a connection between the kid and Goliath. And that's all I can give away for now. But it gets so dope, I promise.
Cool.
I promise.
Cool,
It gets
dude.
crazy.
I love it. I want to ask you too, Tony. What have you acted in?
Movies. I was in 999 with Casey Affleck, with Woody Harrelson.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah. Produced by my boy Michael Flynn, Anthony Katagis. I want to give a shout out. I promise. I'm so glad you mentioned that. My boy, Mr. Whoopass. If you're out there listening, hey, you're the best, bro. He's my castmate in 999. He's also on the Westworld on HBO.
Wow.
And Clifton Collins. He's a good friend. I met him on the set of 999. And we've been buddies since, and I told him I'd be going on the show. I'd be giving him a shout out. But besides that, I was in 999. I was on Containment. I was on the first show of that or season. I did in Trial by Fire. I think that comes out this October. I did Manifest, or oh gosh, I'm sorry guys, I'm forgetting all the stuff I did. If you go to imb.com/Tony Grant, I'll have all my movies on there. But yeah, I've done a few.
There was a few Tony Grants. Like I had trouble finding you, Tony. There was a few Tony Grants. There's like a musician. I think there's like an older guy, Tony Grant. Like there's a couple Tony Grants.
No, I'm right under the musician. People always get me confused with the gospel singer.
Okay.
I pop up right under him. Like if you put in Tony Grant, I'm right underneath him. Yeah, it's just weird like that. But
I don't think you're a gospel singer.
Films. I was in Civil War. But
I thought
got blown up
so.
on screens. Yeah, so I'm only in there for a second because I get killed by Black Widow. So I get blown up and. Yeah, I'm decimated, and then I turned into CGI or whatever. So, yeah, I did a few.
That's cool, though. That's cool. That's awesome, dude. And do you have any plans for an upcoming comic or any other projects that you could talk about?
Well, the New World is going to be my baby right now. Like this is all I'm invested in right now. Like my heart and soul is in this. So as soon as the New World is done. I might come with a spinoff. It depends on how, the final book is received. If they love it, then I'll find a way to do like a prequel-ish with the whole World War III era. Because I even wrote out a timeline, like just a memento of when everything started. Yeah, so I mean it's written out. It starts in the year, and it starts in 2020, and it goes all the way up to 2099. On New Year's Eve at midnight, and something is supposed to happen at the strike midnight at 2100, and that's going to be where the story ends. And so I might do a prequel. I don't know.
Cool.
We'll see.
That'd be awesome, dude.
So I was going to ask that you do have a an end in mind, like you are going to end this book and you know where it's going.
Oh yeah. The stories, all 12 chapters are written and done. The script is done. Now I'm just banging out the panels. Yeah.
That's
cool,
awesome.
Dude. Cool.
Can you tell us how many issues you're going to have?
Yes, there are going to be a total of 13 issues.
Awesome. That's great. I like that. 13. I like that. Like, there's a definite end, and it's not something you're going to be reading forever. It's, and when you're 13 issues, and that's it. That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to make it not as long, but there's so much content and a lot of stories, and I cover every angle in detail. Like I even have a conflict book where I look for loopholes and problems in the story and plot holes, and I call them out, and I go, oh nope, and I go back and fix it. because I'm just a geek. Either that and I got OCD. But when it's said and done,
I love that.
Yeah,
that attention to it. I love that.
Well, yeah, but when it's said and done, I think everyone will be fulfilled, and they'll go, "Wow, that was a hell of a ride, man! Like this needs to be a film or something." Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say too, I think that's one thing that's really great about it is that just reading the 2 issues, I could tell that you very closely paid attention. Like I picked up on the barcode thing, and you could see in the artwork and everything that every little thing you really put a lot of thought to all the detail.
Slim is that comic book guy. That's why, I'm just a regular guy, but I knew Slim being a comic book connoisseur almost, like he would know, like he would tell me if I was dumb for liking it. Like
that is so awesome, man. Guys, that makes me feel so good because believe it or not, I still have doubts, and I just want the readers to like it and just appreciate the amount of details that's in there. So thank you guys.
No
that
problem,
means
Tony.
A hell of a lot to me.
That was another thing. Like if Slim, usually Slim will tell me something like, "Oh, that's like that." Like he didn't say this was like anything else. I found that as a good sign. Like because usually someone will be like, "Oh, so this is just another version of this story." He didn't say that about this. So like, I was like, "All right, cool. I'm not a dummy."
Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, you will be the first to receive issue 3, my friend. I promise you that. I promise you are the first to get that issue.
Oh,
even before Oxford.
Oh,
I have to do it. Yeah, I got to do it as a thank you for having me on the show and being patient with me when I was trying to get the prints out to you.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get ready for Onyx Con and Dragon Con, and once I got that out the way, I was able to get you your copies, and they looked good. And
that's what I said
really
to Slim.
Was nervous.
I'm like, Tony was like, I think you said the first time you printed it didn't come as good, so you did it again. Like I was just like, that meant so much to me, dude.
Yeah, because I had 2 that I feel bad because I had 2 that I actually had for you, and I didn't like the color, and the problem was the place where I was getting them printed at, their printer went down, and I was like, you're killing me. They got it back up, and they were like, we'll get yours out first because we know that you paid a lot of money, you paid in advance. And when they got them, the quality wasn't as good. So I just kind of threw them back in the box, had them reprint it. I was like, these are beautiful.
Oh.
So huge shout to Creative Approach in Atlanta. You guys are the best, and thank you for taking care of me.
Cool. Were you going to say something, Slim?
No. I was gonna ask. I was curious to like what is your all-time favorite comic book series?
I was gonna ask that too.
All right, guys, we're gonna go way back to 1985. Ooh. My favorite of all time is The Watchmen.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. I am a big Watchmen fan.
I never read it. I just love the movie.
Actually, Slambo is a huge Watchmen fan. He turned me onto it. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta read it. It's back then when I first read it, and I promise I won't make this a long story, but I got hooked on comic books when I read The Watchmen in '85, and it was in my cousin. I had an older cousin, and it was in his comic book stash under his bed, and I pulled them out. I was hoping they'd be like a nudie mag, but they were a bunch of comics. And The Watchmen, the complete book was actually on the first stack, and so I looked at it. I go, the smiley face with a drop of blood. And I read it, and I'm like, this is awesome.
I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah, yep.
Wow. Yeah, back in '85. Alan Moore, he's a genius, man. Mm-hmm. Great book. But that's what got me hooked, and I thought it was awesome how these heroes were broken. Yes. It was during the time of the '60s, and go back to Vietnam, and it was such a mature story. And that's kind of, where I got the idea for the New World. I was like, well, I know I'm going to lose a lot of readers if I make it mature, but this is the story I have to tell. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of on that plane. And I don't know if you guys noticed. I'll throw this in real quick. I did a little Easter egg, a little homage to the Watchmen in issue 2. I don't know if you guys caught that.
I did not.
I'm gonna flip through right now though to see if I can. But it didn't.
I did not catch that.
Nothing really stood out. I must have missed it.
When the kid it's really small. You got it. I won't lie, I snuck it in there. But when the kid, he finally makes it home, and he goes into his abandoned his train station, and he's cleaning himself up. If you look, I see it. Train,
yep, I see it now. There it is. Yep, that smiley face with the blood on it. Right in that. See it, Rob? Right.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
That is awesome, man.
Oh.
Yeah, and the only difference is his winking like, hey, I know. You're watching.
That is great.
I love that, Tony.
You ever read, you know what I read recently that I thought was amazing and kind of falls in that a similar genre is Garth Ennis's The Boys?
I haven't read that one yet.
Oh, it is so good. It parodies like superheroes, but it's like in a world where like superheroes are more treated as celebrities, and they're just they're delinquents, like they're just like having sex and doing drugs and stuff like that. But it's a great book. That book was amazing. Cool, yeah.
Okay, what's the name of that book again?
It's called The Boys. It's
The Boys.
Yeah, by Garth Ennis. Right. He's the guy that did like Preacher and stuff like that.
Okay. I gotta get it. I'll be picking that up at Oxford tomorrow morning. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. We gotta wrap this up, dude. But it's been amazing talking to you, dude.
Hey, I thank you guys for having me. You guys rock. I'm gonna stay in touch with you guys. I'll send you some new content as it comes because I really think it's important to have like readers and people who appreciate your work. So I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm holding on to you guys forever. So I will be sending you some stuff. So as issue comes, you guys got it.
That's awesome.
Dude. Where can everybody find you, Tony?
You could find me. I'm on Instagram. You could find me hanging out at Oxford at 2855 Piedmont Road, Northeast. That's Atlanta, Georgia, of course. If you want to order online, the New World, you can go to the www.graffiticomics.rocks. And I'll be also hosting another signing event, a book signing at Oxford. And I'll have another one as well in mid-October. So I'll definitely keep you posted.
Awesome, dude. Thank you, brother.
Yes. And, I appreciate you guys tremendously. You guys rock. I'm so serious. You guys are awesome.
You too, brother. Thank you, dude.
All right, Robin. Slim, take it easy, guys.
You too,
Tony.
Have a good one.